and you came down, okay, and then the deacons baptized you, the waters came out, and then the bishop embraced you. Yeah. That's very symbolic. Okay?
So when people, before they were baptized, they needed the baptistry?
They did the ceremony, and the half of the ceremony was done at the baptistry, and the other half was done inside of the church, when they weren't very welcome. So, Rocío, bringing a bowl out. No trabaja.
Bring the bowl.
Yeah.
Bring the bowl.
La ensaladera, no. The salad bowl, no funciona. No funciona bene. Yeah.
Well, and then he sometimes has a fountain. I haven't seen him use it, but I think that's what it's for,
Baptism.
an outside fountain. But
And
some
you guys
ladies have complained because of the sound of the water.
But you have space in that church to do a decent baptistry.
A
You
long
do.
time ago, they had a hot tub. Do you remember that?
No, I got there when everything was this way, and I used the bowl. the
They
salad
took it
bowl.
away, but.
Yeah, yeah. Little by little, you have to do a catechesis. You cannot impose things on people, okay? Be careful on that, because sometimes, I teach baptism and I use a salad bowl, because I don't have a way to do it. In the parish, there's no way, there's no space, there's no nothing. I already consulted with the architects, and the way the church was built was kind of like they tried to do it fast and to do it right, but they couldn't do more. I don't have space for a baptistry. I'm almost tempted to do it one next to the sanctuary or to the side, and that looks kind of like iffy. But I would love to have a real baptistry in the back. But then how do I get the bride in? How do I get the casket in? It's difficult, so you have to be careful. The cathedral was redesigned in this way. You have 3 arches to go in. You notice that? Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and fountain in the middle. Okay? And then you can work your way around there. And then you have this Paschal candle there. That rivals with a tabernacle. You have a tabernacle over here. The high, tower behind the screen. And you have the Paschal candle, and they rival. Well, they don't rival, but they mirror one another. Okay? Because it's Jesus, the resurrected Lord. Yeah, it was done perfectly. It's like you can have a full class of liturgy using the cathedral as your script, because it was done. You know what the criteria was to build the cathedral? Monsignor Mannion told me this, that they sat down with Bishop Wiegand and everybody who was in the committee, and they asked themselves, how are we going to celebrate each one of the 7 sacraments in this space? They defined the liturgy, and that's how they define the layout of the cathedral. Okay? Did they do that over there in St. Joseph the Wicker? Uh-huh.
They did. The sacred space is way too small, where the altar is.
Yeah, and you cannot have a procession around for the gospel unless you go like this, Yeah, I noticed that. In Sacred Heart, there's not much you can do because it's an older church and it's adapted to the new liturgy. So, but it actually works. You go around and you go. Yeah, actually kind of works. But it's difficult. I will do away with one pew, the front pew of each section. I will send it away to have more space.
That would have been a good idea.
Because you don't have enough. You know who else doesn't have enough? St. Rose of Lima. They have nothing. Christ the King in Cedar City. Uy, Dios mío. You have this huge, massive church that looks like a theater. It's very, very, lots of light. It could be a beautiful worship space, and the sanctuary is this big. So you have to go like, the Lord be with you. Yeah. Anyway.
Ours was designed when we had a priest who didn't allow deacons or altar servers or anything, and so there was just always one presider's chair. Now that we have, you have to have one for the deacon or MC. There's no.
Your chair. One day. Yeah. Anyway, let's take a break. Let's go get agua.
She's gone. Oh, the church is aware of all of the deficiencies. What? The church is aware of all of these, like
And
the RCA.
we struggle to make them work. Actually, you live in a church that does a very good job. The RCI for adults here is one of the best in the world. Yeah. We're trying and trying and trying, CCD, the way Salt Lake City has it, 2 years, it's kind of good.
Yeah.
2 years gives you enough time to,
Yeah.
yeah. So no, we're trying, we're trying, we're trying to do it. Especially since we live in a very Protestant culture, everything that surrounds us in America is Protestant. So trying to be Catholic is very hard.
I mean, I'm with you, I mean, I help, Father had me sort of tag along with the lady who does the baptismal prep, just to sort of see what she's doing and doing that. And not negative at all, but I mean, you're